Top CEOs today are expected to give an update on demand and whether pricing power has returned. Phil LeBeau joins us right now, and the early read on a lot of this stuff is that prices are going up, and they're going up quickly, Phil.
They are, Becky, and that's because the demand is there. At least domestically, the demand is there. Hopper, which tracks airfares and then projects this is where airfares are headed, they've put out this forecast. And if you look at where airfares are for the month of March, $230, that's the average round-trip airfare for the month of March. But between April and June, it's going to go up 12%. I've already heard from some people who are looking to book tickets for the summer, and they're saying, whoa, this is a lot more than I was expecting. By June, it's expected to top out June, July, somewhere in the area of $257. And again, that's for the average domestic round-trip airfare. Passenger levels are driving all of this. The airlines they're adding more capacity to meet that demand, and it clearly has increased. The average passenger level in March, just over 1.2 million people per day. That's up 39% compared to February. It may not look like a dramatic increase on this chart, but it is moving higher. Again, up almost 40% March versus February. A couple of airline stocks to watch in particular. Who's benefiting from more people flying and the greater demand there? Raymond James out with a note saying, check out JetBlue and check out Spirit. The reason you're looking at those two, so many flights have been added to Florida. The demand is so great, particularly from the Northeast down to Florida. That benefits both JetBlue and Spirit. One other chart to watch, the Dow Jones Transports hit an all-time high yesterday. And it's not just the airlines that are there. Look at Boeing, look at Spirit Aerosystems, look at the rails. All of those factor into the transports, up almost, more than 17% year to date. So, guys, we'll be hearing from the airline CEOs today. The U.S. Chamber of Commerce has an aviation summit, does this every year. We hear from a number of the CEOs, and pricing power will be one of the subjects, Becky, that people will be focused on in terms of, okay, they've got some pricing power here. How much more do they expect it to grow as we look into the second half of this year?
Hey, Phil, when you show the numbers just on the average price, $257 doesn't sound that outrageous. People are surprised that prices are up, but if you were to look back, let's say 2 years ago, it's not that out of whack with where we've been.
It's lower than pre-pandemic. It's still lower than pre-pandemic, but the fact of the matter is those bargain basement airfares. I mean, if you were looking back in January, Becky, I mean, some of these airfares were ridiculous. I mean, it was $80, $70 if you wanted to go somewhere. And that's because nobody was flying relative to pre-pandemic. That's changed. The demand is clearly there. I was just on a trip over the last couple of days. The airports are filling up and the airplanes are packed. So the days of you thinking, well, look, I'm going to get a great deal somewhere, I mean, that's gone. That has just gone out the window. And so if you are planning a trip, you're just going to have to prepare for the fact you will have to pay more, at least domestically. International is a different story.
Part of this is because there are fewer planes that are in service. As they start to bring planes back in service, do you think that will impact the pricing? Or is it just going to be, look, we're going to charge this now because we can?
No, they're being pretty judicious about bringing back their capacity. They are bringing back capacity. You are right about that. But it's not like they say, okay, everything that was parked, put it back out there. I mean, they are adding it back in, and there is an element of they can get away with charging this, but that's because the demand is there. Think about how many people, Becky, who have been at home, who have said, I haven't taken a spring break, I haven't taken a summer vacation, a true summer vacation where I get on a plane and I go somewhere. That demand is just so strong. When I was flying over the last couple of days, I heard from so many people who were saying, I needed to get away. I needed to get away, and that's what I'm doing. And I think we're going to see a lot of that.
Shepard Smith here. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube.